Hello out there and good morning, traders. It is July 9th, 2024, and welcome to the Apteros Daily Market Insight. Let's start with a recap and then we'll dive into our plan and levels for today. So, taking a look at our recap, we were kind of planning right in this area here. And in the DMI, I was mentioning that we are bullish until proven otherwise, but we are kind of running out of risk reward overhead. And this is exactly what I was talking about. We were running into a neutral area that was a destination for us, kind of coming into the open, and that's exactly what happened. We drove straight up into that area, stabilized a little bit, and started to pull back away from it. So this is one of the reasons why we talk about the risk reward landscape a lot, and we talk about destinations and so forth, because the reality is you don't really want to be shorting this market because it is very bullish, right? There's no setups yet, there's no time frame shifting, anything like that. So you are in a situation where you are bullish for sure, but you also don't have a lot of room left to your targets, and that's kind of what you were finding yesterday. So it was just a scenario where, in terms of a DMI, there were no opportunities. We didn't get a deeper pullback. We didn't come back to the line in the sand or anything like that. It was just a quick burst up to the target area from the open, and then stabilized, and we were in pullback mode ever since for the rest of that day. So no official DMI opportunities. However, these inflections down below here were pretty good opportunities with our intraday framework. So if you're a NADRO student and you understand that, like, all the different time frames and the tools that we use, these two inflections at the bottom coming into the close of the day here had some nice bullish opportunities along with the intraday condition, with some good scalping, type of information with them. So those areas down there are natural opportunities along with the bias, the bullish bias, but they were not official DMI areas, or not official DMI opportunities either. So that's just a quick rundown for anybody that's watching these that are NADRO students. Take a look at these two opportunities. You'll see exactly what I mean by the lows and so forth. Just decent opportunities all around from their trade location and their general intraday information. So let's take a look at what's going on today. So today we actually have a little bit more of an anchor from a technical perspective. We have a quality line in the sand that means something to multiple time frames. It's a good representation of some very short-term value. It's also a good, condition that we have on lower time frames as well as our kind of intermediate time frame. And overall, this line in the sand has a lot of the factors that we look for. It has confluence, it has, recency, and it has particularly just a lot of meaning to multiple time frames, which is what I always look for in a quality line in the sand. So the idea here is that with scenario one, we are bullish up above that. With scenario two, we are bearish down below that. And that's really kind of the simplicity of our line in the sand for today. Now, whenever it comes to how this thing could happen, we have a neutral area out here that's going to be important, at least in the morning session. The reason why is because if we hold up above this neutral area, we're looking for the next one out at 54s as the overall target for the bulls. So that's true of anything we do today. It really just depends on how we behave around this neutral area here. If we hold it, it's a very bullish, ES still, and we're looking for pushing and more trending type of environment out into 54s. If we do not hold it, in other words, we end up breaking it down and coming back into value from yesterday, then the deeper pullback is more likely. And with that information, we'd be looking for our line in the sand to hold and then possibly coming out of that area back into the 29s. And that would be like the first leg of the bullish move. If we clear back up over and hold over the 29s, we'd be looking for that second leg that goes up to the 54s. And that's kind of the overall landscape for scenario one. Now, with scenario two, I mean, obviously everything would have to break down, and we'd end up seeing a complete shift underneath, our multiple time frame analysis here, and we'd be looking to come back into the 92s. And that would really just be the main thrust of the bearish opportunity today. So if we end up getting below the 92s, it's pretty much wide open space all the way down into our old references here. So we're kind of right now out here building a new picture on the ES out at these levels, and we're paying attention to the what is picture. And right now that what is picture is still bullish. So we continue to trade that what is picture. We continue to focus on being bullish until something starts to shift. And if you're wondering what that something is, we would have to get into scenario two and hold scenario two to start thinking about shorting opportunities or anything bearish. Other than that, we are looking to the upside from neutral levels or from our line in the sand, and paying attention to how they react to today's information and market. So coming into the open here, we're going to have an important area to pay attention to with this neutral zone, and that'll kind of dictate our overall, positioning into the morning. And then, of course, the day will evolve from there. So trade well out there, mind your risk, and have a wonderful trading day.